Alrighty everybody, welcome back to Culz Checks Out. Like I said earlier, this is the final day of Jurassic June, so we might as well make it a busy one, right? We have quite a bit of reviews coming live today, the second of which is the Jurassic World Hammond Collection Stegosaurus. Now this one is based off of the Lost World Jurassic Park Stegosaurus. It's just such an iconic depiction of the dinosaur. I think really the only other one that might come close is the Walking with Dinosaurs one, as far as like you can see it in the public zeitgeist, and it's just really transcended the media it came from. So definitely was very excited when this one was announced, because also we're from Colorado and our state dinosaur is Stegosaurus. It's on my license plate. My great-grandfather actually got to help with the Kessler Stegosaurus in the Denver Museum, so some really fun connections here. Definitely was very excited to get this one. So let's take a look at the box so that we can get it out of the packaging. Alright, so up top we see in the darker color, like the steel color, we got the Jurassic logo. We have a render of a Stegosaurus that looks right out of Jurassic World, not the Lost World. So a little disappointing there. If you guys are going to keep the box, it doesn't have the Lost World Stegosaurus there. Over here we see Jurassic World Hammond Collection and Stegosaurus 8+, and of course it is by Mattel. Right there you can kind of see the Stegosaurus. It's kind of hard, it's really kind of dusty, even though I just got it out of the box that it shipped from Target. So I don't know if it's just dusty from the shelves or something. Up top you see True FX, because these ones are supposed to have more detail and be more in line with the film versions. Along the top of the box we see Jurassic World, and it is in between like some metal riveting there, and then of course the logo. On the left side of the box is the Hammond Collection logo with John Hammond in amber there. And we can see the back of the Stegosaurus tail kind of in a downward projection, like when it stabbed through the tree at Sarah Harding. And speaking of that scene, on the right side of the box again we see Hammond Collection. We actually see a snippet from that scene where Sarah is chased down by the adult Stegosauruses. And like I said, this is from the Lost World. On the back we see Hammond Collection Stegosaurus, and it says, admiring the distinctive plates and spiked tail, Dr. Sarah Harding comes up close to young Stegosaurus. While trying to capture a photo, the noise from her camera causes the Stegosaurus herd to go into an attack. And again, there's the Lost World logo and Mattel. On this side it says True FX Premium Details, and then not for children under 3. And what looks to be some renderings, maybe some in-hand pictures in studio of the figure itself. And then some extra warnings as well as the barcode. Alright, so let's get this one out of the packaging. What a figure out of the packaging. Just look how nice it looks. I mean, fantastic. This is definitely lived up to my expectations. Was really excited to get this one, and Mattel has not failed me on this one. So yeah, what a beauty. I mean, just looking at this one out of the packaging, it looks pretty close. I think perhaps just the head's a little large, but it's a figure. What are you gonna do? It's not a like super expensive model or something like that. It looks really cool, and you can definitely get some good shots of it in the wild, as you can see here. And the coloration's really nice. You can see how it's that dark green up top with a kind of fading section here. It's kind of like a yellowish green, and then more of a yellow on the bottom that fades out really kind of to a tan on the very bottom, with its eyes being red. Now, being that this is a Hammond figure, it doesn't have like action features per se, but it does have a lot of points of articulation. First up, we got the neck, which as you can see can move up and down, side to side. Also the head, which can swivel quite a bit, but be careful, you don't want to make it come off or something like that. That'd be kind of sad. You can see its tail section will swivel. A lot of the articulation with these figures come in the legs, which you can see in the hips and the arm joints there, as well as if you look at the legs, you can see articulation in the legs and right above the feet. So you can definitely create some dynamic poses and maybe even recreate that scene from the Lost World. Alright, so we're going to get a little bit more of an up-close look at all the detailing in the figure. Unfortunately, there is no articulation around the mouth. so it is going to be closed. It looks really angry. Look at that eye, just like beating eye there. But some nice detailing. You can see some flexing in the mouth where the muscles were like it was about to like hoot or something. Kind of an odd angle there we don't really see Stegosaurus from. But yeah, as you continue down, you can see some really nice scaling, just kind of textures as far as folds and stuff, as well as just blotches of paint here and there. The biggest folds are around the belly, which are really kind of nice. As far as the legs, you can see, again, just kind of, they look elephantine, which not correct scientifically, but correct to the model from the Lost World. It is a kind of small in the midsection there, I guess. You can see the Jurassic World logo there. And then if we just follow the tail down to the Thagomisers, which do look really nice. They do have some texturing as well. I think the biggest texturing is on the dorsal plates, where you can see almost like airbrushing on the different patterns. Kind of a yellowish brown on top of a dark brown. But overall, super nice. Was really excited to get this one again because it is Stegosaurus, our state dinosaur, and I love the Lost World. And this model just so iconic. I remember I used to have a lunchbox with the Stegosaurus fighting a T-Rex on it. So super cool, but let's do some comparisons for you guys. Alright, so it's comparison time, and originally I was going to compare this to the Mattel figures, but I was like, no, let's do some comparisons with the figures my generation grew up with, one of which is based off the very same movie as this one. So without further ado, let's first compare it with the Jurassic Park Stegosaurus. It's a little close there, a little hard to tell, but as you can see, the new one definitely a lot bigger than the classic Jurassic lineup one, and obviously a little bit more realistic, but such a classic figure here, no love lost there. But yeah, just kind of an interesting comparison. And that brings us to the same film, but different figure in the Kenner Lost World one. Unfortunately, yeah, the plate's missing there. I don't have that dino damage anymore, but at least I have the figure to compare. This one, I got so much playtime out of it as a kid, so pretty exciting to see the same kind of dinosaur. I mean, I know the other one also Stegosaurus, but same Lost World inspired Stegosaurus. How it was when I was a kid and how it looks now. Just really cool. Again, the new Mattel Hammond one, much bigger. Though I would say the tail sections are probably about the same length. Thagomizer is definitely bigger on the other one. And I don't know. Actually, some of these plates are the same size over there. But overall, pretty good. That one's got a little bit longer, as you can see. About a arm and a head longer. But pretty cool overall. Really excited to have this one in the collection. So yeah, there's the Hammond Collection Stegosaurus figure, one of which was announced and released around the same time as the Spinosaurus one, which, yeah, who knows, stay tuned to the channel, maybe we'll be talking that one soon. Again, I think it's a fantastic figure. Its tail doesn't quite go up as high as we see in the Lost World, where they were really kind of just level with the back. It has a little bit of a slant, but not as bad as what we saw in the Jurassic World films, which kind of took him back to early depictions of Stegosaurus. Again, some faults with accuracy as far as our modern understanding of Stegosaurus, but as far as comparing it to the film, I think it does a pretty good job. And if you want a nicer figure without breaking the bank, these ones don't run too expensive compared to like those really like $1,000 ones that are super cool, but as of now out of my price budget. So for me, super excited to have it. And like I said, we've got a couple more reviews left for you guys, so stay tuned for that. For what we have already, click that link to your top left. And for anything else not review-wise on the channel, click that link to your right. Don't forget to hit the like and give us a subscribe. And let us know, do you have a favorite Stegosaurus figure? Tell us in the comments below.